Hi, remote
Hi, everyone.
from all over the world. Welcome. This is our last creator session from the 24-25 season. So let's open the gates. And yeah, let's start to open the game. Silvia, you're sharing with me the spotlight today. But before I'll introduce you properly to the team, let's have more and more friendly faces. Of course, Sir Tobias is here with us. We expect a lot of participants today. Think about the music. If the volume is too loud, you have a player down your screen. This is a butter feeder, and you can adjust the volume, or you can kill it, of course. But right now, let's start with a small game, guys. Who are you remote? Where are you from the world? Here the map where you just have to pin the place you are. You can just bring the name of the city where you're connecting, and if you're curious, you can search an image from your city. So it's a nice introduction icebreaker to let the participants join.
I loved it. I never knew this feature of adding the image.
Yes, that's great. I'm the first. I'm in a full digital nomad situation today, based in Kotor. It's a very touristic place, but it's a lovely, yeah, by the sea, beneath the sea, old town in Montenegro. Where are you guys?
I
Okay,
love
Tobias.
the Copenhagen one with just like a type of chair, like Scandinavian design
This
instead
is
of a lamp.
Tobias, always quiet in Copenhagen. Alexandra, Belgium. Great. So, guys, oh, I think on this time zone, we have the opportunity to have our friend from New Zealand or Australia. So, that's fantastic. Wanga Paraoa just wants to get there with you, Perrin. Okay, I think we'll don't have a lot of US citizens today. It's something about 4 o'clock in the morning for our friends. So I think, oh yeah, Silvia Lugano is not a bad choice. We have quite the same environment. So maybe let's reduce a bit our volume and maybe let's stop this game. I think more and more participants are connecting and joining. It's fantastic. We have over than 100 registration in only 48 hours. Yeah, so I think a lot of people want to hear about you, and we'll have a great fun, great time. Just let me introduce, of course, our community. Most of you guys are coming from the Miro community calendar, and you're so very welcome. Our generation basically is a community that provide a lot of Miro event. Actually, we're the second provider, and we're a remote community based to inspire you to connect, of course, and to share and learn about entrepreneurships, about facilitation, and about AI, of course, Miro also. Once you are settled here, let me just introduce our great partners. We won't be able to have this community without, of course, a virtual place such a Butter. You'll see everything here is based on Butter Video. It's the video player where we are doing this webinar. And Butter Scene, it's the slide where you have all this beautiful content and you'll see a lot of surprise and interactivity. Yeah, that's make, I think, the first solution if you want to make a serious and real remote facilitation. Of course, Miro community events. It's basically our yeah. You can turn the music off, Perrin, but also I can reduce the volume a bit if you want to get focus. So the Miro community, it's most of you where you came from. It's a place where most of the creator and the expert of Miro joined together, and of course we are providing a lot of those webinars, but also in the air generation, we are providing a lot of Miro-based workshops. So follow up with us, and you'll learn everything you have to learn about Miro. And last but not least, Undiscover is our career and talent scouts partner. Based in Berlin, they are providing for the air generation community full remote or hybrid position, open position in tech, in design, in product from Europe to US, California, but New York too. So follow up with the air generation community, and you will be able to have access to all this great content and fresh open position for you guys. Let's go now because we're a community. We want to reward you guys, and I have a little game for you. You should know, like in Butter, you can make a chat, you can make a reaction from the reaction menu. You just have to go in the React menu, and you can go on reaction. You can send fire, whatever you want. Every chat messages, every GIF, every reaction will be reward. And of course, we have for the three most engaged participants, we have a 30 euro voucher that will be shared at the end of the program to purchase our super framework and templates on the AirSprint shop. Woo! I didn't expect to have so much reaction, guys. You're really on fire today. It will be very complicated to know who is the great winner, guys. So I think you're ready to go. If you're ready to go, you just have to click with me on the thumbs up on your slide. It's a nice visual vote setting from Butter. And Silvia, I think they're really, 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 really ready to go. So let's kill a bit the slide for a while, and let's open. Oh yeah, can you help? Where do I get the code? Matseli, so you will get the code if you're reacting a lot, and we will analyze with a better engagement console to see who is the most engaged participant, and you will be rewarded. So, guys, let me introduce our last speaker of the season 24-25. Today, our guest is the kind of creative mind that doesn't just think outside of the box. She's redesigning the box entirely and adding color, maybe even a playlist. We met through our beautiful mix of LinkedIn magic and community serendipity. So it's a perfect air generation kind of encounter with Silvia. And of course, we have immediately knew we have something to deal with this stage together. Her name, Silvia Coco, brand strategist, creative facilitator, and self-proclaimed co-pilot for purpose-driven business. She worked across the world from branding to book illustration, project management, artistic direction, and she's bringing a raw blend of structure and imagination to everything she touches. You'll see with me. A fun fact about her, Sylvia once worked at the Louvre Museum in Paris, but not in the way you might expect. We'll let her tell you that one herself. Today, she's our guide to, of course, to this creative journey that start before AI kicks in. Because sometimes the best way to unlock content is not just go faster, but plant the right seed first. Sylvia, welcome to the Air Generation, and let's dive in with you.
Thank you for the great introduction. I loved it. I
So,
love putting
yeah,
it to the list of box.
as the first question for you, because the people have to know, who you are. Let's start at the beginning. Who are you, and what's something people would guess from your LinkedIn biography?
They would or they would not guess.
They would not guess, of
They would
course,
not guess.
because if they would guess, they just have to
They-
go on
they-
the LinkedIn. They don't
yes,
have to stand here. My bad.
exactly. Go find me on LinkedIn. Something that they would not guess. I mean, you kind of gave a teaser. For some reason, I never really talk about the fact that I had an illustration piece that made it to the museum. So I guess that's the unexpected way that I worked there. I won a competition, and a piece of mine landed there for a show, which was very exciting. But it's one of those strange things. Like I never called myself an artist in the first place. Like I let others call me that, if anything. And I was always, I don't know, scared to say that I had this great achievement. But I'm changing that, and I tried to change that throughout my career. I don't really do illustration as much anymore, but yeah, it's something that people might not guess from my LinkedIn. Oh, I think you're muted. I cannot hear you anymore.
I was on
Here you go.
mute. I think that's Saida favorite game. You're on mute. Anyway, let's proceed. Yeah, your past is beautifully eclectic. I should say, like most of us, right in this community. But from branding to children's books to creative offsites, how has working across so many different fields shaped your approach to creativity and content?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I've had definitely a very non-linear career, as many, I'm sure, like you said, many in this community or that are here probably experienced. I've always been a creative soul, and being creative means wanting to generate, to create, to make something new. So I was always somebody that couldn't really fit the box and tried to, like you said before, you said it so well, like design my own box or open my own doors, So that has led me in a lot of unexpected places. I think the common thread for sure was always this like experimental mindset. So the ability to do the new thing and try to go out at it with the mindset that somebody who wants to create and try and not so scared of failure. Maybe that has helped me. And then very strategic, methodic, pragmatic. Like I'm always somebody that sat down with drawing a diagram and thinking what's going to be ahead and where am I aiming. And I think that has made it all possible to be across so many things all at once.
Okay, amazing. I think we are running the same rainbow road, I guess, from our creative perspective, meeting also technology, AI, and everything you have to do when you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur or whatever. You describe yourself as a co-pilot rather than a consultant. I really appreciate this co-pilot word. What does that mean in your day-to-day work with the clients, and what does that mindset matter more than other?
Yeah. So I call myself a co-pilot before Microsoft launched their AI tool, but the sense is similar in that I like to work with my clients in a way that is very side by side. The consultant, what I imagine or what the word always communicated to me is somebody that observes, looks from above, and then gives you their 2 cents, and then walks away, and you do the work. For me, co-pilot or the approach that I enjoy with my clients is I sit by your side. We look at the strategy. I almost enter your business for a time. I mean, now it's also quite common, the term fractional, right? When you want to really blend in the team, understand their reality, their dynamics. So it's a little bit of that, really a true collaborator to the business. And then I also deliver some design services that are quite hands-on. So quite literally, I like the term co-pilot because it was like, I sit by the pilot, I take the wheel, I help you adjust the journey, and then you're good to go and you take the wheel back and you keep going by yourself with all the tools that you needed.
Okay, so in the in this webinar, we'll flip the script with creativity first and automation later. Why do you believe we need to slow down before we're turning to the AI today?
Well, there's a lot of thematics, but I think for the scope and the interest of this workshop or creativity with AI, the number one reason is if you go at the blank canvas with a blank mind, you're not going to get a great result, even from AI. I mean, it has learned a ton of information, but if you don't give it boundaries, if you don't give it context, if you don't give it a sense of who you are, the content cannot come out looking like who you are. It cannot fit your ideas. So the slowdown is really just let me maybe even get help from AI to brainstorm with me, but starting from a little something that gives it the context.
Okay, so I have something for our sweet participants today. Also, because we are using, Butter video and now Butter scene. In a Butter scene, you have this beautiful ability to generate super interactive polls, and I would really appreciate, guys, you can participate. to share with us what your usually biggest block when you're creating content. Yeah, you can choose, of course, the ones that hit the hardest or hurt the most. So it's your turn. We have a few, maybe 1 minute to start to vote, and let's see what's your mainly blocker while creating content. And I know some ones might be hurt, but let's put some sweet music the time from these votes. So
I'm really curious about the result from this one. I always
yeah,
hear, like, I expect it to be a little bit spread out in all of these.
yeah. So generally, yeah, the people, yeah, you almost know from the remote community what will be the result, and here it will be more tricky. So we have a dynamic view on, of course, this vote when you're a facilitator, but mostly you too. And you see, we still have 18 people in the funnel to vote. So take your time. We still have a couple of more minutes. And of course, I hope you're like Natasha Bedingfield. Otherwise, you're here with Blade.
All right, there's one. I'm giving it
Guys,
to you.
go.
Oh, there you go. Time is up, so we'll see the results together. There's one I was
So
expecting to see much more of, I have to say.
we're really competing from the too many ID and the blank page panic. I think it's the two challenger we have. A couple of more voting people, guys. Yeah, I think. Yeah, yeah. Remember to press submit, Tobias. You're a very kind side co-facilitator for us anytime. Okay, I think it's the end. So let's close the music and drum roll. We have, of course, too many ideas, guys. We're mightly TDHD or autistic in the generation community. We all the time having too much things in our head. So you're great. But you'll see with Silvia how we can deal with that. And also from too many ID or blank page panic. Yeah, we'll stuck trying to sound professional instead of authenticity. I guess Silvia, you have not solved all that, but we can have a good framework for you guys on too good to go. So let's move not in the playground right now. We're getting back to the playground right away. I have still few more questions for the next 10 minutes to go, Silvia. Let us know about content overwhelm. I think it was almost the result that it's the most. Why do so many creators freeze on the idea of endless possibilities, and how do constraint actually unlock this flow of ideas?
Right. Well, one thing I want to say from the results of the poll, which connects to this question, is sometimes the paralysis from too many ideas and the paralysis from the completely blank page are actually the same. It's not that the blank page means we don't have ideas. It just means that we don't know where to start, or we don't know like how to organize our thoughts. And it's daunting when there's all these possibilities, and having too many ideas is similar as you think, oh my God, I have all these possibilities. Where do I start? Well, defining where to start, that's the strategy. So if you have all the creativity and you don't have any strategy and you don't have priorities and you're not sure how to manage all those ideas, organize them, archive them, then it can be hard to make sense of all that. It's all knotted, right? So I would say my first basic like tip for that would be organize your ideas and make sure that you have a system to give priority. And that will also sort of flow into the sounding more authentic and less professional. It's like, what's important to you? What do you value? What are the messages that are important? What are you trying to achieve? Also, maybe it's a business goal and not so much a matter of values. Am I trying to convert? Am I creating content to convert? Then of all those business ideas, if I filter through that, what is going to be a priority and what's the type of tone I'm going to use for that goal? Sometimes we just go at the content creation coming from, oh, it would be great if I interviewed this person. And we forget to think, why? Why am I doing this? And what am I trying to achieve for that idea to have a result and not just be creatively draining? And, it takes effort to put the content out. So we want it to have a result in the end.
Amazing. So we're really speaking about structured brainstorming, and I think that's exactly where we're leading and driving our participants today on the playground. But can you walk us through one method or exercise you love to use when an idea feels stuck or unclear?
Well, yes, exactly. We're leading sort of into the board, but the core idea is, if I'm stuck, ask why. Why am I stuck? Is it, again, the paralysis? Then in that case, it's a matter of how can I prioritize and how can I identify some goals? Is it because I have no time? Then it's about the answer to that is, how can I make content faster? How can I shorten my formats? Sometimes another common paralysis, a stuck problem that I hear is, I'm posting a LinkedIn, but I don't like writing. Then why are you writing? then do podcasts. So, a lot of time we don't stop and observe what the blocks are. So the answer to your question is, stop and look. What's blocking you? And then try to find a path around that.
Okay, so before we're unveiling the content garden in your work or your collaboration, what is your superpower today?
Good question. Well, being the multi-potentialite non-linear, maybe there's multiple. No, but one thing that I feel very strongly today as I relaunched La Creativa, which is my sort of this hands-on co-piloting business, I think is I have an ability to sort of sit by the client and really get in their shoes and understand all this soft skills side of things and transform it into strategy that then becomes, which hard skills do I need and what's the roadmap? What's the next thing I need to work on to bring results? So I think that's the reviews I'm hearing is like, wow, you really get it.
That's amazing. When I was kid, this brain tree thinking was really something like, oh, you're a nasty boy, and you'll never get to learn how to read or write, and you're totally dyslexic, and it's not good. And with the time, the people start to say, oh, you have this brain is amazing, and you can have this you can think to every detail of a situation. And so yes, sometime you have I mean, it's on my personal behaving, it took me almost 30 to 40 years to master my own superpower and feel like okay, I'm not broken. I'm just different, and that's a superpower. So, okay, so your new template is called the Content Garden. Can you walk us through the metaphor and explaining, where it come from? Of course, we'll go and dive into the mirror board in no more than 6 minutes. But I'll always appreciate, getting back, to the prequel of this hello girl, the prequel of this template.
Yeah, of course. So I discovered Miro a couple years ago, not a huge time. And being a designer, I knew that and an illustrator, I knew that I wanted to do something that was very, visually appealing, and it wouldn't just be rectangles and Post-it notes. So when I approached it that way, I immediately thought, okay, what can I use? What elements do I enjoy? And I always enjoy drawing floral. So the flowers immediately were a starting point. And then I asked myself, what am I doing with these what am I doing with these flowers? Why the flowers? And I started thinking of their structure. Okay, they have petals, they have a center, and then from there, there's a seed. And then if I use all, you go from one flower to the other, then it becomes a whole garden. So that's kind of how it was born. And I'm also very passionate about pip decks. So looking through the pip decks, I was thinking, okay, what type of exercise do I want to build? And the brainstorming one is the one that won. So then, it's an evolution from, content on a garden, that sounds fun, to what do I want to achieve and how do I make this bring results? So that's a little bit of how it was born. And then I think it got really nicely refined through the process with our community. And so I'm really happy with where it's going now.
Okay, amazing. We went through these first from the first round of knowing you better, Silvia. So I think it's mostly from every feedback I get, like, we want the playground earlier, but we have so much to discover about the people behind, of course, behind the templates. But I think now the people are ready. Send me a thumbs up or send a love hearts to Silvia if you're ready to go in the next in the next time exercise, because of course we still have a surprise, Silvia, if you like to bring people to the table before yes, of course, before they can start to use the template. So I'll bring everybody to the board, and guys, let me know, what do you think about Silvia? First question for you.
Okay, so I go in with the question, or you're asking? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you go to the question. I'm so curious to see what's the people thinking about it.
Okay, so we decided to start warming everybody up on the Miro board. The question is, why should your brainstorming be structured and strategy-led? So I gave a little bit of a teaser now in the conversation, but maybe you have other ideas you want to share about this. We'd love to hear. And also, how do you actually generate new ideas? Like, how are you going through your creative process at the moment?
So will you be happy if I put like those 5 minutes on the clock, guys? Of course, we need some music to create great momentum online. So it's your turn. Take any notes you want and share with us how do you actually generating new ideas. And be sure we have a surprise with Miro AI. Okay, some want the link to the Miro. I'll share into the chat. Just give me.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you're having any trouble joining or not.
Yeah, generally some have, if you're using like Safari.
Yeah.
But here, Katerina, you have the link. You can just go ahead.
Yes, and any questions, we're always looking in the chat as well. So to answer this on the brainstorming, do it on the Miro if you can. But if there's any trouble or you want to share any other thoughts, please do that in the chat. All right, I see some first answers. I love to see all these cursors on the board. It's always fun.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just need to unlock a few things while you're reading the notes.
Oh, I go to the forest to get my ideas. I love it. I have the best ideas under the shower, when you're all stressed and you're on a project and you cannot function anymore, you go in the shower, and sometimes it's a good idea for that project, and sometimes I'm like, oh, a new business idea. I could be a productive procrastinator and start this other thing.
Sorry, guys, that's your review.
I have some trouble hearing you, Boris. I don't know if that's with everybody else or just me. Usually paper and pencil. That's a great answer as well. I also find, being a very manual person, that writing the old-fashioned way can help. The manual, the muscle thing, also like taking a walk or doing a shower, helps our brains a lot.
And I really encourage, like, when you're done your notes, you can explore, of course, the speaker, and we have more than two volts, actually. Two volts. But think about it, you're also bringing creativity from like level to the grief, the spirit.
Yes, I think we're all having trouble hearing you then. Maybe not just me.
Okay, so
I'll take it from you. I'll take it from here. All right, let's see some other fun. So I think you were saying something about you can also add GIFs in the chat. That's what I heard, but I'm not sure. All right, but I see in the post-it some other good ideas. Close my eyes and think what could be interesting. Definitely, the close my eyes also makes me think of meditation, and sometimes resting and calming our brains can help us. We don't stop in these like fast-paced worlds very often to just stop and think and do nothing. This is a great lesson from a high school teacher for me, to taught us that during the 1 hour class, sometimes we took a 2-minute silence break. Depends what you're generating ideas for. Okay, so maybe you can fill in, whoever wrote that can fill in a couple of post-its of the different scenarios. Workshopping with the team. Yes, workshops are a great way to brainstorm for sure. That's what we're here, right? We have a tool of workshop. Let's see. Oh, I don't hear the music anymore. I think maybe Boris trying to be more easier to hear, but still can hear you. Well, reach your goal, know where to continue working. Yes. All right, 40 more seconds. Let's see if there's a few more ideas that come out. Maybe that also gives you a hint of another good way to have ideas. If you keep going, eventually quantity will bring some of its magic. Start with the end in mind. That's another good one. That's strategy, right? So the end is, where do I want to go? Brainwriting. Oh, I never heard the term brainwriting for more introverted attendees or aren't confident sharing on camera. So that's if there's an online workshop, for example. All right. Boris is having some connection trouble at the worst possible time, because he was gonna show you a fun little trick with AI. But let's see, I'm gonna give him 2 minutes to see if he Silvia connects, maybe without the camera on, and he can help us do that. But AI is another good tool that we can also use when brainstorming, and we'll see how in the board. I have a few methods to integrate AI, but of course, when we start having the first ideas, it's a good time to also ask AI for more example. That's a quantity multiplier. That's another great example of using AI not from a completely blank page. Boris, are you back with us?
I'm back.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
I think the board, the mirror board with too much connection is just screwing my 4G.
Okay.
So my advice now, we should stop these games, this crazy game, and let's see how we can, of course, bring back some quietness into this room. I have something I really want to share with you guys. It's the ability from Miro to also bring the best of the AI into your facilitation environment. So if you're okay, I want to drive you to me in. From these points, we have a beautiful prompt to make a co-creation recap from all your suggestions. And here, from the latest updates in Miro, we have the action buttons. They are super fun because you can bring shortcuts into your board with action, or you can also implement, ready to go prompt. And it's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to click on this button, and it will activate the prompt you have read. Of course, it will start a new doc. I'm just trying to know where this doc will be. It will be the surprise.
Everybody flying around the board.
Uh, yeah, I'm flying around too. I think. Yeah, yeah. Whoa.
Did it land?
Yeah. No. Yes. No. This is the demo effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you, guys. So you'll see it's a real time writing your co-creation recap. So you'll see exactly you need from your co-facilitator is to help you during a session to put ID together like this. You're not stopping or wasting time trying to bring the ID together or prepare a recap. So this is exactly what we have built and co-create together, and it's already available in Miro AI today. So let's go back a bit. If yeah, I have some performance issue. I'm very sorry today. It's a bit complicated. I'm in the middle of Montenegro. I have just a 4G connection. This is a totally mobility mobility situation. So I'll bring you to our latest exercise. And sorry for all the issues. I think Silvia, it's your time to save my life and to take this exercise on with all our participants.
All right, I got it. Okay, so now you see that we open up the exercise board. This is only a taste of the full template. The point is to just guide you through the basic first steps. And then on the full template on the Miraverse, you'll be able to access the full exercise. So to start, you can find a little slice where you see the flowers and the seeds. There's participant 1, 2, 3, and they're all numbered. And there's a post-it with your name. You can use a nickname. That's not what's important. It's just so that you know which is your slice and you can keep working on that. So I'll give you a few seconds to go and pick a slice and add your name. So we'll also let others know that you're using it. It's your real estate. It's your soil for your garden. Okay. And then we're going to be focusing on A. So the art generation templates are great. They all have really neat steps and you'll find all the instructions, but you're here, so I get to guide you through it. Yay. Okay, so the first one, A, is brainstorming 2. And somebody wrote that in the post-its before, is like have an end goal in mind, is what are we brainstorming for? Why are we here? What do we want to generate ideas for? My personal examples was launched a flight club. The flight club is a group program I have with my little micropreneurs where they go through a program together, and I needed to promote that. I still need to promote that. But as I'm brainstorming for the next edition, I decided to use this board to really test it to the max. So please add a post-it. You can find them on the left side, I believe, or you can grab one from the sticky pads and add your goal. So launch a service, launch a product, present something that I'm doing, whatever you need to brainstorm for. All right, I see some activity in there. Still can't hear you, Boris. So if you want to...
Yeah, I just understand why I have so much performance issue while all the cursor were activated, and it's taking a lot of resource. So think about it when you have some limited resource like I have with my 4G right now. Yeah, think about is activating Miro cursor display, and you'll see everything's going to run more smoothly, I guess. Silvia, I put 10 minutes on the clock with the count flow elevator music from Miro.
Perfect.
If you don't like it, of course, you can go on the clock and you can click on the small speaker icon and you can mute on your side the calm flow music that brings this session very cool and quiet. Okay?
All right, perfect. Thank you. Everybody, can you give me a thumbs up if you're done with the A and your name? Thank you. I see a few.
Yeah, great. Great ID. Great thumbs ups.
Great. Yeah, it adds up to your engagement point. Remember the game. Okay,
And
so now we get into.
remember, Sylvia, remember that you can also give some thumbs up in Miro, while on your profile you have this reaction menu where you can send thumbs, love, and my favorite, of course, you got it, guys. It's a party one.
It's the celebration one. All right,
Fantastic.
we'll hold the celebration one for the end. Okay, so brainstorming is done. So now we start with a flower. We're actually going to start with B, the blue flower on the left, and a step prior is the seeds. So seeds are our topics. So we decided, let me find, well, I'm going to keep with my example, actually. I don't want to create any bias towards yours. So for example, launch the Fight Club, right? So what do I want to talk about if I want to launch a program? I want to make sure people know the list of services. I might want to make people know, how they sign up. I might want to let people know why I'm launching this program. So those are topic ideas. They're sort of the macro aspects of our story. So please, you can grab the yellow Post-its from the topic ideas and add 3. Just 3 for now. This could be so many when you're doing this on your own. I'll give you a couple.
Yep. Just introducing Sylvia, also the node stack is one of the latest update also from Miro. The capacity and the ability to generate those pads where you can generate infinite nodes. Of course, you can select the color and you can also change the ratio, and so it's very versatile, and you don't have anymore to prepare hundreds of nodes on a board. You can change the name of your pad and just run the workshop.
Yep, that's a great. And you can change the colors. Yeah, they're really nice and easy compared to copy and pasting all the stickies like it was before.
I guess we have an unexpected surprise.
Yeah, somebody's going.
My laptop is 1,000 degrees now, hosting all this webinar, but that's okay. We're gonna make it until the end.
Yes. Also, I see some people going straight into the flower petals. We're at the seed stage now, so please add those topics. If they're on the blue Post-its now, it doesn't matter, but the first stage is the seeds. So those topics should be on the seeds, and we're going to use the petals from there. So we're going to need the petals.
Anyway, Perrine, you have made a good exercise using, of course, the yellow notes for the topic in the middle of the flower. But you'll bring it back well to the seed, and maybe you can generate other seeds to have the choice. I mean, also from the different seeds you can have before you drive to the flower. Is that correct, Sylvia?
Yes, exactly. So in the template, the full template, we also added a cute little packaging with all the elements. So if you have, if you give yourself a timer, let's say 5 minutes, and you can come up with more than 3 ideas, which is very likely, you can just add more seeds and then you'll have more to pick from. Oh, wow. Even the GIF on your video, that's, you have some special skills there.
That's that's the magic of butter. Anyway, just think about it, Sylvia. We have 5 minutes running on this exercise, so you should start to drive the people
to the
from
flower.
the seeds to the flowers, of course.
Absolutely, yes. The first step always takes a little bit longer because everybody gets used to moving on the board. Okay, so now the idea is, because we have limited amount of time, we go from one seed. So pick one topic that you want to expand on. And that's why it's at the center of that flower, because the idea is we bring from the seed to the center of the flower. And we want to brainstorm 5 ideas, or as many as you can come up, to sort of a declination of that. So if in my example, one of the ideas was, talk about why I created the Flight Club. Then on the petals, I would brainstorm what's that why? What are the whys to why I created the Flight Club? Let's see some others, maybe from some other examples on the boards. Create an AI strategy, I see, for example, and one of the topics is the pain points. So on the petals, you might want to list the pain points.
A special gift for you.
I'm like, I have this internal battle of wanting to keep talking to help people through the exercise, but also know that we need some silence to get things written down.
I think it will be the worst replay in the world, but this is the last of the year, so I think the members from the community they will comply. They will comply for that.
Okay, so as long as you have at least 1 or 2, we're going to stop here with this, because the point here is just to show you what the flow is through the exercise. So now we're done with sort of our blue flower, our topic, and our content ideas. We're going to sort of do the same process, but on the challenges. So on your seeds, what you want to think about is what is challenging you, what's blocking you. So some ideas were already sort of in the previous board, some ideas we've discussed in the interview in the beginning, but put down 3 really quick. I think this can be quite fast since we've already thought about it, whether it's time, whether it's, I would avoid just the fear of the blank canvas or too many ideas, because that's going to be vague, but sometimes it's time, sometimes it's not so fun, or I don't want to write, or I hate social media. Like those type of things are all blockers. And maybe you have some very personal ones as well.
Okay, go fast.
I go faster?
2 minutes and a half to. Yeah, I mean, I was not speaking to you, Silvia, but more to our participants. Starts to put together those challenge IDs. I really want them to land on the solution IDs.
Looking
But
for
let's
really
be honest, it's a very short time to brainstorm, and good news, we have even a present and something more complete for you after this picking this picking exercise. You'll have the full template available on the Mirrorverse. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't be frustrated. Don't be too frustrated from
the speed.
not being
No, and
perfect. Not being
sometimes
perfect.
speed can actually help us get past some of our blocks, because when we think we don't have time or a task is too daunting, saying, okay, I'll just see how many ideas I can come up with 10 minutes. Like I can commit to 10 minutes. And you already see with this method, you could end up having a ton. So now that we have 1 minute left, let's use that minute to go to the red flower. So you take one of your challenges, again, like every seed could become a flower. For the sake of the exercise, just pick one. And for example, I see somebody wrote down scope. So if we wanted to brainstorm from that, what are solutions? So if the seeds are the challenge, the flowers is solution. If I have a problem with a scope being too big, what are some alternatives? What are some things that can come up to limit my scope? If you meant something else with scope, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pick on you. Go with what you needed. But hopefully somebody else, oh, there you go. I see another little seed, easy, but not boring. So it needs to be simple, but I guess you don't want to be bored. So what does that mean? How can you make it more fun without overcomplicated? So a few seconds more to think through that.
So you'll see now we're starting to have this challenge flower becoming more and more populated. And this is the last 10 seconds, guys. Be aware. Okay.
All right. So
We have the gong. So, guys,
we can use the celebration emoji. You
I
survived.
think it's the time for you to use a celebration emoji. Of course, you can.
Amazing.
And
So
just think that I'm not, yeah, I'm not tracking the reaction in Miro. So if you want to make it count, use a react from Butter. We also have a celebration emoji. So thank you so much for this, yeah, this speaking. I'm gonna bring you to me right now to have a better view on the full experience design from Sylvia to Clotilde, our designer. I guess Clotilde is here with us, so you can send a couple of love or thumbs for Clotilde. She has made this month a particularly wonderful job. I don't know if you want to comment, Sylvia. You have a
yes.
couple of minutes to present the content, the full content garden templates.
Yeah, well, definitely. Thank you so much, Clotilde, for being my collaborator, and you're my co-pilot in this case with this template, and Boris for your help. It's been definitely a wonderful process. But okay, so I'm just gonna conclude a little bit what the exercise is about and how you go from this typical brainstorming to the next step of generating a lot of more ideas with AI, which is the whole point why it's called GenIDEA. Now that you have your petals, you have some ideas of content that are better defined. You essentially guided yourself to not just vaguely say, oh, I want to launch my program because it's my passion job, or it's I want to earn money, right? But you had to sit down and think through those elements. And then you also looked at what's bringing a challenge to you, what's bringing obstacles, and how you could solve that. So not only could you use AI to give you more ideas, so make those flowers, 20 petals that you can use, but then the next step, which we don't have in this exercise, but we have in the full template, is the cross pollination. So we want to take one blue petal and one pink petal, red petal. So one content idea and one solution idea, bring them together. And in the template, you'll also find a prompt already for whatever AI, LLM you want to use. But essentially, it's asking it based on like knowing that this is the content I need to create, and that this thing is blocking me, or I want to do it this way because I found this solution. Can you please generate content ideas? I like to start from 10, but you could ask it to generate 20 if you wanted, based on that. So here it's not super visible, it's not super neat, but maybe there's one that's a bit more readable, the takeoff testimonial. So one of my examples was, I want to interview people in my target as a content idea. And my solution was sort of, the problem was that I didn't have a lot of clarity on how to build my offer. So one of the solutions was build, tiers and explain what tier people fall in based on their goals. And that essentially, you can come up with the immediate mental connection of that means asking a question of why would you be in this tier, why it's useful. But with AI, you can generate a lot more. So what I found is, even if I have a few flowers and I sit down with myself for 30 minutes with this exercise, I could easily have like 300 ideas to then pick from. And guess what? They're on a nice mirror board. They're there for me to come back to anytime I want.
That's amazing, Silvia. Thank you so much. I think, yeah, that couldn't be the best way to conclude this new season. Of course, think about it. You can click on this button and open and get your copy from free from the Mirrorverse, or just get back to the Mirrorverse, ask for the content garden, or just go to the Edge Generation pages on the Mirrorverse, and you'll find this wonderful template. So I think we're perfectly on time to go to a nice conclusion. I have something just for you guys, because you came from the last you came from the last season event, and we have opened on a Monday only to the MVP creator on the Miro community, And now you have the chance, just scan with your mobile phone this QR code to apply this creator program. Basically, we are gonna open this application until August, and we will curate 10 creators for 25-26 season. And from this program, of course, we'll taking you by the hand to drive you, of course, your first template to the Mirrorverse and create this nice webinar and present all, your super skill and superpower to the community. So if you want, just try apply smartphone QR code, or if you don't have the time right now, just kick me, a message on the LinkedIn or whatever. I'll be here to drive you to the program. Of course, most of you already are in this wonderful hub. We're in only 6 months. We are over than 300 facilitator, entrepreneur, AI guys, AI facilitator, or standard facilitator connect to this Circle Hub platform. We're sharing knowledge, we're sharing wins, we are asking the community to help us, and there's a lot of great content shared from, of course, our event, our free workshops, and of course, all other partner content from nice perks to also open position offers. So I strongly encourage, you should have received when you join, you should have received an invitation to join the hub. So I can only encourage you to join the hub with us. Just have to scan it. It's totally free. There is some place in the community after 30 days. If you want to follow up, you just have, to reward for the price of a coffee per month the community, and you will be, full members, helping us to make all those webinars living in 2025, in 2026. So I think that's the time for a nice and honest feedback, guys. And I really appreciate to share this component from a Miro scene. I never saw it on other place. It's the capacity to open an URL like a HTML page. This is a Notion forms, and of course, every one of you have a unique view and a unique experience on this page. So of course, you can take the 3 minutes remaining to put your name, emails, and of course, what did you like in this workshop, and give a feedback, of course. If you didn't have the opportunity to join the hub, you can just say like you want, and the marketing team will send you a personal invitation. So this is everything I want to share with you on this last episode. Of course, August will be the time for us to cool down a little bit, improve. We'll make a lot of announcement about what we're going to improve. I think in September, we'll have a new lineup of creator. We'll have also a new free experience on the hub. So I can only encourage you to join right now. And Silvia, do you want to add anything where the people can find you, follow up with you online, or even offline if they're visiting Lugano?
Yes, if you're around Lugano or Milan, I'm happy to also meet for a real coffee. But if you want to book a coffee chat with me, I'd be super happy. My website is lacreativa.ch. I'm going to put that in the chat.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you can
it should be a good.
also connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm quite active there. I mean, not super active. It's probably going to be growing now, but I'm there. I reply to messages. So either or, but I'm always happy to connect, especially if you joined us. It's a pleasure to talk.
Silvia, it's having a very great time with you building this, of course, this creator garden. Before we go, guys, I have activate for all of you the soundboard like this. You can go on the MO, of course, the React menu on Butter, and you can see from Reaction you have the soundboard, and everybody can start to use the air horn with me, guys. So it's your turn, and of course, think to complete the form. I mean, those information are essential for both of Miro and us to improve anytime our experiences for you. So have a great, great, great summer and enjoy the sunboard if you like. Of course, let's conclude with a bit of music. It's starting to become very scary here and very serious, but let's conclude with the starlight because you're all the starlight of this community. everything is working just because of yeah, your attention, your participation, and we might have a bit of delay publishing the replay at this time, but we'll be on LinkedIn on Friday announcing the winner. So yeah, stay connect with us, and of course have a great time, have a great life, have a great summer. Sylvia, I'm connected here if you want to stay. If you have any question and you want to follow up 5 minutes with Sylvia, we
Yep.
can also allow people to unmute and be with us for a couple of more minutes. So let's go, guys. Thank
Especially if
you
you're
for your
thinking,
participation.
especially if you're thinking of joining the creator program, I'm happy to answer any question about my experience. But it's been great. It's an amazing opportunity. If you're thinking of playing around with Miro, having something on the Miroverse, being more active in the community, it's a great way to engage.
And so, yeah, now you can unmute. So if you want just to say hello, join, or share something or ask something to Sylvia, you have 5 minutes. It's your time. Thank you, Tobias. Thank you for your participation.
Everybody's getting mic shy now.
Yeah.
There's a great question in the chat. How do they access the notes and the recording?
Okay, so the recording and the replays, they are published, of course, at I think by the end of July, because I'm not on my place, and making the edition from my laptop is really uncomfortable. So it will be on the hub, available on July 13. And yeah, the recap note we're usually not sharing, so it's yeah, everything will be, of course, in the recording. But think about it, we have something great from the full replay on the YouTube channel now. We are publishing a generated podcast from Queen and Maeva, using, of course, Notebook LM. So you will have a 10-minute episode available on Spotify early August, if you prefer, of course, going audio. So everything will be available from the end of July, early August. And good news, the template is already available on the Mirrorverse. So don't be shy, just go.
Yeah, I was going to also add, if the notes is about, the flow of the exercise, the full template has more detailed instructions, there's examples, so you'll be able to follow along even if you didn't come to this workshop. So if you want to share with somebody else and show the methodology, everything is in the instructions on the Mirrorverse.
Yeah, we have in every template published, we have, of course, our talk track. So, you just have to download, open the template on the Mirrorverse, and enjoy.
Super. Thank you so much for this workshop. I wish you a great summer, everyone. Take care.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Tobias.
much. It's of course it's Tobias. Thank you for your nice words, Tobias.
You're welcome.
And
Oh no, he left. Somebody was from New Zealand. I'm thinking, do we have to wish them a happy winter?
yeah, happy winter, of course. This is the exquisite things from this community. It's one big world, and yeah, we're just having fun and sharing great stuff. So